محمد وعلى آل سيدنا ومولانا محمد أفضل صلواتك بعدد معلوماتك وبارك وسلم وصل عليه. So in Sharia, first of all, we would say the base of ownership. How ownership is getting established? That is of two types. Number one, ownership from the very beginning of the thing concerned. And he is the first guy who owned a thing. Nobody else was owning that before him. Like as we mentioned again and again, that the world and things that they are in are for human in general. Allah. So it means from its very beginning, everything is lawful for everyone. Like the water in the ocean or in the river. Yes. The self-grown bushes and trees in the forest or in the mountains. Got it? The area is not owned by anybody. Yes. So the things they are in are not owned by anybody as well. The animals in the forest or in deserts or in mountains. Wilds are the birds. The mines in its very original place, if the place is not owned by anybody. So these are called mubahat. Mubah, M-U-B-A-H, mubah. Mubah means lawful and permissible for everyone. Are the fish in water? So now, the reason or the base of ownership are two things. Number one, as I mentioned from the very beginning. Number two, by way of transfer. The first one, create the ownership. The second one, transfer the ownership. So whosoever caught a fish in water, he became the owner of that fish. Yes? Then things owned by someone could be transferred to another one, or its ownership could be transferred to another one. So the ways of transfer. That will be either the ownership of the thing concerned, or the transfer of its use to someone else. if that is the transfer of its use, so sometime the contract will be for the transfer of its use, like rent, lease, where the ownership of the thing concerned is not transferred. What is transferred? The use. So that is for something is its compensation. In rent and lease, the use is transferred, but for something is compensation. And sometime that is transferred without any compensation, like borrow. Like what? Borrow. So the person concerned is using that, but he is not paying anything. Yes? And some contracts are for the transfer of its very ownership. So that will be either by way of succession or by way of contract. By way of succession, that will be of two types. Either based on the order of Sharia or based on the will of its very owner. The first one is called inheritance. Property of father is going to the son or daughter or whosoever is the heir. Transfer is taking place by way of succession, and that is the order of Sharia. Somebody like it or does not, it will transfer. And by will of the very owner, like somebody made a will in favor of someone. So when he dies, the ownership or thing concerned is going to the person by way of succession. But that succession is not based on the order of Sharia, based on the will of the person or very owner. And the other one, which we said, by way of contract, so will be either for compensation or consideration. Instead of compensation, we should use the word, Professor, you use the word consideration. Yes. Either for consideration, which is compensation, or without that. If that is without, that is called heba, H-I-B-A-H, heba, gift. And if that is for some consideration, so that is called sale. That's called sale. Ya ayyuhallazina amanu, or you believed, iza tadayantum, when you contracted that bid, iza tadayantum bidainin, when you contract a debt, ila ajalin musamman, for a fixed time, faktubuhu, so write it down. Wal yaktub bainakum katibun, وَلْيَكْتُبْ بَيْنَكُمْ, and let a scribe write it down بِالْعَدْلِ, in justice. وَلَا يَأْبَ كَاتِبٌ, and let not a scribe refuse أَنْ يَكْتُبَ, to write it down. كَمَا عَلَّمَهُ اللَّهُ, as or because Allah has taught him the writing. That's the blessing of Allah. If you know writing, that is not your own skill or your own wisdom. Yes, Allah has given that. If that is the case of fingers, you know what I'm saying? So the ostrich also has a finger. Why, that is not writing. Yes, got it? If that is the case of hand and finger, so the monkeys and apes, they have it or not? Got it?
Yes.
And if somebody even, he knows if Allah doesn't will, so he will disturb only one cell in his brain and he will lose everything. Then he will be able to write?
No.
Yes. وَلَا يَأْبَ كَاتِبٌ, and let not a scribe refuse أَنْ يَكْتُبَ, to write it down. كَمَا عَلَّمَهُ اللَّهُ, kama, it has two meanings. كَمَا عَلَّمَهُ اللَّهُ, because Allah has taught him, so he may be thankful to Allah, to do a favor to people. Yes, and second meaning, كَمَا عَلَّمَهُ اللَّهُ, deeds writing has its own language. Yes, Professor? فَلْيَكْتُبْ, so he may write it down. وَلْيُمْلِلِ الَّذِي عَلَيْهِ الْحَقُّ, and let that one who incurs the liability, let him dictate. وَلْيَتَّقِ اللَّهَ رَبَّهُ, and he must have a fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who is his Lord. وَلَا يَبْخَسْ مِنْهُمْ شَيْئًا, and he may not diminish anything therefrom. فَإِنْ كَانَ الَّذِي عَلَيْهِ الْحَقُّ, but if the debtor on whom the liability is incurring, got it? فَإِنْ كَانَ الَّذِي عَلَيْهِ الْحَقُّ, but if that one on whom the haqq is incurred, safihan, understanding, أو ضعيفا, or he was weak, أو لا يستطيع أن يمل, he was unable to dictate. فَلْيُمْلِلْ وَلِيُّ بِالْعَدْلِ, so then his guardian may dictate injustice. His guardian may dictate injustice. وَاسْتَشْهِدُوا شَهِدَيْنِ مِنْ رِجَالِكُمْ, and get 2 witnesses of your own men. So when the contract is between Muslim and Muslim in an Islamic country, so the witnesses must be 2 Muslims. Got it?
Yes.
But you must keep in mind the condition. The contract is between 2 Muslims in an Islamic country. وَاسْتَشْهِدُوا شَهِدَيْنِ مِنْ رِجَالِكُمْ, and get 2 witnesses out of your own men. فَإِنْ لَمْ يَكُونَا رَجُلَيْنِ, and if there are not 2 men available, فَرَجُلٌ, then 1 man, وَامْرَأَتَانِ, and 2 women. مِمَّنْ تَرْضَوْنَ مِنَ الشُّهَدَاءِ, such as you both parties agree to witness. Such as you both parties agree to witness. Got it? Because you cannot impose your own witnesses on the other party. The witnesses must be agreed upon. Got it? Maybe you are putting your trust in them, but the other party is not putting his trust in. Yes, so then you cannot impose because contract is based upon mutual consent. Upon mutual, as I told you, yes, the offer, the acceptance, yes, that is actually indicates your consent. When you are offering something to sell, so it means you have consent. When somebody is accepting that, it means he has the consent. So three things are there. Yes, the basic thing is only one, and that is called a-tarazi. Tarazi means mutual consent. Tarazi means, but as you know that consent is something hidden, I don't know that you have it or you do not. But when you offered, so you expressed it. You offered, so you expressed it. I accepted, so I expressed my consent. Got it, Professor? Is it so? فَإِن لَّمْ يَكُونَا رَجُلَيْنِ, so if there are not two men available for رَجُلٌ, then one man, وَامْرَأَتَانِ, and two women. مِمَّنْ تَرْضَوْنَ مِنَ الشُّهَدَاءِ, مِمَّنْ تَرْضَوْنَ مِنَ الشُّهَدَاءِ, of those whom you both party agree for witnesses. أَن تَزِلَّ إِحْدَاهُمَا, so that if one of the two women, تَزِلَّ إِحْدَاهُمَا, forgets or errs. Forget or errs. Oh, أَن تَزِلَّ إِحْدَاهُمَا فَتُذَكِّرَ إِحْدَاهُمَا الْأُخْرَى, if she got lost. She got lost in a sense that her husband does not allow her to go to the court. Got it? أَن تَزِلَّ إحداهما فتذكر إحداهما الأخرى فتذكر إحداهما الأخرى, but the proper meaning is the first two, if she forgets or she makes an error. أن تزل إحداهما فتذكر إحداهما الأخرى, so the other can remind her. So now here is an important issue in Sharia. As I told you, the decree of Sayyidina Ali radiallahu ta'ala an, look at me, that two women, yes, in dark, they delivered the babies. They delivered, one was girl, the other one was boy, and both of them was claiming, or each one of them was claiming that boy is mine. Now the case brought to Sayyidina Ali, DNA test was available there? No. So now how Sayyidina Ali radiyallahu ta'ala anhu decreed? Yes. So he said that both the women, they should milk their milk in a cup. Yes, cup of the same measurement and same shape. And then he weighed those milk. So the one which was heavy, he said, boy is her. Because Allah is giving a lot of hardships and difficulties to them, and they have a lot of responsibilities. So that's why they need more vitamins, more minds. Yes? Got it or not it?
Yes.
Yes, more nutrition in their milk. Got it? Because the milk in the breast of the same mother, that is very thick for a boy and thin and soft for a girl. Because Allah is making him strong, Allah is making her soft. Got it?
Yes.
Or not it? Yes. So this is nature. Yes, Professor? Is it or not? Yes. And that is known and seen, yes, from the bodily structure. You know what I'm saying? Yes, even the expert. Even the expert, yes, he will, with closed eyes, he will be checking the pulse of one and the pulse of another. And based on his experience and based on the pulse palpitation will be 72 for 1 hour. Yes. How many? 72? For 1 hour. Yes. So there will be no any difference in number as far as the healthy pulsing is concerned. Yes. But the jump which the pulse has, he knows that this is the pulse of woman and this is the pulse of man. Got it? Or not it? Yes. This is the case. This is the case. There was a very, very rich man in the time of Abu Bakr al-Razi, rahmatullahi alayhi. So al-Razi was a great scholar of Quran and Sunnah. At the same time, he was chemist. He was a chemist also. So the rich man asked him that so many doctors, I have taken my daughter to, and I have this only one daughter. I have a lot of assets and she is the only heir of. But she has a problem when her period starts. So then it does not stop and she bleeds that much and she is unable to move even. Yes. And not for 5, 10, 8 days. Then sometime it is going on. And the doctors, they try to their best, but nothing happened. He said, okay, I will check her. So then he went and the young girl, Abu Bakr Razi said that she was a very pretty young girl and she said, Ya Abata, dead. Yeah. She was calling me as her dad, Ya Abata. And he said that for a strange young girl to call someone his dad, it means that he is looking for mercy. She is looking for mercy, that who can help her. So, Ya Abata. So I said, oh my daughter, yes, you are to me just like my daughter. I will try to my best, as much as I know. So he checked the pulse. He said, okay. He said, just bring me a knife. So they brought him a knife. Yes. And he cut it 2 veins of her both hands. Yes. And he brought out a lot of blood therefrom. And then he put some bandage there. Yes. But the blood was flowing that much. And she fell down. Now the father, he was almost close to death. That we were thinking of that problem and this. Yes. So he said that now you should bring me a lot of meat and chicken meat and cow meat, whatever you have. Yes. So in the same room, where the girl was, he started barbecue. Yes. In the closed room, he started barbecue. And now the barbecue smoke, that was going to the lady and she was, what a nice barbecue. And yes, so I did barbecue and then he gave her some powder. Yeah, have it with the water. Yes, and then eat. And she was eating. Yes, and she was full. She ate a lot. The father said she has never eaten in her life that much meat or any other food. Yes, so when she ate it, so then Abu Bakr Razi told him that now she's okay. Yes, she will come to normal. So then later on, her period became normal. And got it?
Yes.
Got it? Not it? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created men for certain uses and women for certain uses. And that's why, yes, from pulse, the Hakim can find out. Yes, and from the voice, everybody can find out that behind the wall, a man is speaking or a woman is speaking. You know, exceptions are there. This is like backbiting.
He's listening.
Okay, he's listening.
I'm sure he's listening.
You are listening? That Najam is, yes. So now, here Allah, now look, there are 2 things, another important issue. As you know, that Islamic laws and rules are of 2 types. One is called Sharia, and the second one is called Fiqh. Sharia is literal laws, which is mentioned there in the text. Mentioned there? In the text. And fiqh is the interpreted and deduced laws. Interpreted and deduced law. The jurist, they deduced it. Now the second one, according to circumstances, could be changed by the jurist. Could be changed by the jurist. But the first one, that is the word of Allah and the word of Rasulullah, there is no change to that until the day of judgment. Got it?
Yes.
We cannot change the text of Quran. We cannot change the text of Hadith. Can we?
No.
So now this thing, that if two men are not available, then one man and two women, this is textual law. This is not deduced law. This is what? Textual law. So we cannot change it. Got it? And this ayah is regarding civil matters. Regarding what? Civil matters. So Sharia, except the testimony of woman on civil side, we should make our wording mild so people may not jump that. Look, discrimination. Or what is it? Sharia doesn't want to get a woman involved on criminal side. When you will say wording like this, everybody will say, yes. Got it? So we are talking about women rights. Yes. We are what? Women rights. So it means we are women activists. Yes. And wherever Sharia is not putting extra burden of woman, so that is the kindness of Sharia towards woman. And this is a well-known fact and observations, experienced. That whosoever testified against someone in a court of law, especially in hudud and qisas, crimes aside, he can make a peace treaty with the opposite party, but very, very rarely he forgives the witness. Is the case? Yes or not?
Yes.
That he was my enemy, I was his enemy. Yes, me and him, that's okay. What you were doing here? Why you came against me to court of law? You know what I'm saying? So they forgive the enemies, but they do not forgive the witness. Got it? So Sharia doesn't want a woman to get involved in such like crisis. This for the respect and dignity of woman. That is one issue. Another issue, could a woman be a judge in a court of law? So Jumhur, Imam Malik, Imam Shafi and Ahmad ibn Hanbal rahimahumullah, they are of the view, no. Sharia does not put that much burden on a woman. Imam Abu Hanifa said, rahmatullahi alayh, the first ever ability for a judge is that Islamically he is able to testify in a court of law. Islamically, he is capable of testimony. So now if he is capable of testimony in a court of law, so he is capable of being a judge in a court of law, but with certain extra qualifications. With what? Extra qualification, which is the knowledge of law. Yes.
Yes.
that he is a graduate of Boston, for example. Courts or in the high court. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
He is known for his approach. So then he gets selected. He gets, but the basic qualification is that he is capable of being if someone, he has a record, so it doesn't matter how expert he in law is. You know what I'm saying? Any country or any state will appoint him as a judge. Yes, he will go to the Senate. Yes, the Senate will say, yes, go, case dismissed. Yes, this guy, he has a record. Yes, Professor? So, now someone who has a record, he is capable of testimony in court of law? Say, who has a record? Just take him as that this is my witness. Yes, the opposite party will bring out that this is the record. This is the guy. The court will say, get out of, or maybe they will send him to jail. You are looking for you, where you were. You know what I'm saying? Look, all these things are matter of common sense. But the actual problem is that we Muslims do not know our own religion. That's why we cannot educate our case very well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yes.
Got it or not? We cannot represent our case very well because we don't know about our deen. This is a lengthy process. You have to spend years and years. Yes, there is no short course. What is it? Or crash course. Got it?
Yes.
Or not it?
Yeah.
Yes. Crash course is actually a crash course. Crash course, so it means crashed. Yes. Crushed. And crashed and crushed, and the end is trashed. Yes. Imam Abu Hanifa rahmatullah alayh, he says where the woman is capable of testimony, so she is capable of being a judge in a court of law. Baba knows how to explain deen. Baba was a great man. So he says on civil side, he can testify. So on civil side, she can be a judge in the superior courts, in the high court, or even in the Supreme Court. Professor got it?
Yes.
Now, why not on criminal side? Yes. So the academic reason is that she is not capable of her testimony on criminal side. Yes. So she is not capable of being a judge on criminal side as well. That's number one. And number two, the hikmah or the wisdom or the other reason is that by nature she is soft. By nature? Woman is by nature soft, not harsh. For the smooth running of the worldly system, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created male and female gender in such a way that Allah has given strength to the men and softness to the woman. Got it? And that's why a woman very easily can handle 3-4 small kids very easily. Nothing happened to her. Yes. And Najam, if you will hand him over only his one daughter, she will make him crazy in 2 hours. Yes or not?
2 minutes.
In 2 minutes. Yes, because you are too sensitive. So this is because that nature has been given by Allah to whom? To the woman, not to the man. And that's why I told you that in KG, yes, all the schools, maybe this is public school, or they are private school, or they are Christian school, or they are Muslim school, or Jew in Hindu school. Yes, who are the teachers there? Woman. Yes, Nasim is exception. Yes. No, he was once there. Yes, he himself. Yes, he said that. This make our case strong. Anyhow, he's enjoying at home. Yes. At least in their gathering, I got mentioned. Yes, or I have been getting mentioned. So now this is the case. So Imam says, Rahmatullahi alayh, that by nature she is very soft. So the guy, not the accused, the culprit. Who? The culprit who has been charged for. He will start crying in a court in front of her. And she is, that I have a small kid, and what I will do, and I have my wife, she is a house daddy, and she cannot work. My kids will die of hunger. So she is that kind by nature that she will say, acquitted. Yes. Case dismissed. Yes. Or on the other hand, the aggrieved party, there will be a woman and she will start crying. Yes. So even though crime of the culprit was not that big, yes, but she will send him because of that crime for 20 years to jail. Yes. Otherwise, you are supposed to be for 6 months only. You know what I'm saying? Because of her softness.
Yes.
Got it? And that's why I told you, it's a matter of experience. Yes. The men, they see the accidents and all these type of tragedies, yes, in their life. Yes. If accident happened and there are people and hands broken and head broken and women or kids or whatever, yes, they will help them to put them in car and to call 911 and to help the fire department and the police department to take it to hospital. That is here. Back home, there is no such like a system. So the general public, they pick them up and put them in the car and rush them to the hospital. Yes, from the roadside.
Yes.
Got it? Nothing happened to these men. Yes. And then if the same man will go home and he will say, oh, I'm very sorry. Oh, on that road, accident happened. Yes. Now his wife and his sister and daughter will become alert. Oh, some people got injured. 2 of them, they died. And if you will say that there was a lady, she was crying, her head was broken. Small kids, yeah, they will start crying at home. That's because of their nature. And that's why they become crazy very soon. Yes. When you are soft nature, you cannot tolerate that much. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Yes. But we are taking it in negative sense. That's not a negative sense. That's what? Positive sense. Got it?
Yes.
فَإِن لَّمْ يَكُونَا رَجُلَيْنِ فَرَجُلٌ وَامْرَأَتَانِ, then one man and 2 women, مِمَّنْ تَرْضَوْنَ, of those tarzawna whom you like, mean agreed upon. مِنَ الشُّهَدَاءِ, of witnesses, أَن تَضِلَّ إِحْدَاهُمَا, if one of them both errs. فَتُذَكِّرَ إِحْدَاهُمَا الْأُخْرَى, so the other one will remind her. وَلَا يَعْبَشُ, and look, this is another kindness. That if there are, in a case, there are 2 men witnesses, yes, in front of the court, in front of the judge, they cannot remind each other. Do they? The judge does not allow that. That why you are dictating him, or why you are putting words in his mouth. Yes, but in case of 2 women, they will be standing together. If one of them is making a statement, the other one will remind her, and the judge cannot put a restriction on that. Yeah, because they both are considered just like one unit. You got it?
Yes.
Or not it? So this is kindness of Sharia or harshness of Sharia? Kindness of Sharia. Professor, what do you think?
Very effective.
Huh?
It's very effective.
أَن تَزِلَّ إِحْدَاهُمَا, if one of them both errs. فَتُذَكِّرَ إِحْدَاهُمَا الْأُخْرَى, the other one will remind her. وَلَا يَأْبَ الشُّهَدَاءُ إِذَا مَا دُعُوا, وَلَا يَأْبَ الشُّهَدَاءُ إِذَا مَا دُعُوا, and the witnesses may not refuse when they are called for evidence. Yes, when once you accept it to be the witness, then that is against the character. That's against the values. That's against the norms. And if you testified in a court of law once, for the second time, if you refuse, then that is against the law as well. Yes, Professor?
Yes.
Yeah. Then the court will safina you.
Yes.
The court will safina you. So today is, yes, Boston course in Quran. وَلَا يَأْبَ الشُّهَدَاءُ إِذَا مَا دُعُوا, and the witnesses may not refuse إِذَا مَا دُعُوا, when they are called for evidence, for testimony to a court of law. Now going back to the basic issue, that when you are doing a contract, so you must write it. You must write it. So Allah says, sometimes the contract is a big amount and sometimes that is a small amount. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, contract is contract. It must be in written shape. Because case is not that of big property and small property. Case is that of dispute. Case is that of dispute. Sometimes a small dispute create a big problem. And sometimes a big transaction does not create any problem. So Allah says this writing down and this inscribing, that is, yes, to stop the way of disputes, to make everything clear in black and white. وَلَا تَسْأَمُوا, and you should not become weary to write it. صَغِيرًا أَوْ كَبِيرًا, whether it be a small or big. إِلَىٰ أَجَلٍ, with its fixed term. ذَلِكُمْ أَقْسَطُ عِندَ اللَّهِ, that is more just with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, وَأَقْوَمُ لِلشَّهَادَةِ, and more solid as evidence, if that is in written shape. So the two witnesses, if they have forgotten anything, when they will look into the paper, yes, the copy is there. Yeah. So they will recall their mind. Otherwise, they will say, yes, I know that this contract was done between you. Yes, I was one of the two witnesses, but I don't remember the amount. I don't remember the date of payment. So that will create a big azab. So that's why Allah says, وَأَقْوَمُ لِلشَّهَادَةِ, that will be good to establish their testimony. وَأَقْوَمُ لِلشَّهَادَةِ, and that is more solid as evidence. وَأَدْنَى أَلَّا تَرْتَابُوا, and more convenient to prevent doubts among yourselves, that you are not deceiving each other. Yes, that no, the amount you are mentioning, it was not that much. You know what I'm saying? The date you are mentioning, that was not the date we agreed upon. So, if the paper is there, so everything is written there. So, no doubts will arise there. وَعَدْنَا أَلَّا تَرْتَابُوا, and more convenient to prevent doubts amongst yourselves. إِلَّا أَن تَكُونَ تِجَارَةً حَاضِرَةً. إِلَّا أَن تَكُونَ تِجَارَةً حَاضِرَةً. Yes, there is one contract based on debt and loan. And the other contract, yes, look, das badas dadan, which is a gariftan. Das badas dadan, which is a gariftan. Yes, giving hand by hand and taking. Yes, one guy is taking the tarmoos and the other one is taking the money. Yes, so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says contract is like this. So that is not must to write it down. That's not must to write it down. But if you will write, that will be good for you. If you will write, that will be good for you. Otherwise, yes, I have paid $10 to Najam for this thermos. And all of you know that this thermos belonged to Najam. Yes, but when we contracted, so nobody was there and no testimony was there. And tomorrow, Najam said, Bilal, and you know this is my thermos. Sheikh is taking it for no reason. Why? You know what I'm saying? But if yesterday you would have witnessed our contract and said, what are you talking about? He gave you $10 and took it. So that's what Allah said. Yes, that's why Sharia is preventing each and every way and excess of dispute. Got it? Illa an takuna tijaratan, except if that is a present trade. So present trade, look, this is Tarmuz, this is $10. It's called tijarat hazira, present trading. Illa an, Professor, what term you are using for such like? Yes, only say. Yes, but Quran is calling it present trade. What? Present trade. Present trade means that you are giving the stuff and he is giving you the money. Got it? Illa an takuna tijaratan haziratan tudiruna bainakum, which you carry out on the spot among yourselves. Falaysa alaykum junahun, then there is no sin on you. Allah taktubu, if you are not writing there. But وَأَشْهِدُوا إِذَا تَبَايَعْتُمْ, but have witnesses when you are giving things to each other. As I give you the example. Got it?
Yes.
وَلَا يُضَارَّ كَاتِبٌ وَلَا شَهِيدٌ, but take with وَلَا يُضَارَّ كَاتِبٌ وَلَا شَهِيدٌ, but let neither the scribe nor the witnesses suffer any harm, because they will not done anything wrong. Yes. So why this party or that party is either harming the scribe or harming the witnesses. Got it?
Yes.
وَلَا يُضَارَّ كَاتِبٌ وَلَا شَهِيدٌ, that you will, yes, beat the scribe that just disappear, go to Afghanistan for 1 year. Yes. Let me settle the dispute. Yes. So the court may not summon you. Yes. Or the witness to put them on run. Yes, to put them to Mexico. Yes. وَلَا يُضَارَّ كَاتِبٌ وَلَا شَهِيدٌ وَإِن تَفْعَلُوا, and if you do that, فَإِنَّهُ فُسُوقٌ بِكُمْ, so that is a wickedness of you. That is what? A wickedness of you. Yes, as we say in our own language, that's your badmashi. That's your what?
Badmashi.
You call it or not? Yes. What we call?
Badmashi.
Badmashi. This is your wickedness. وَاتَّقُوا, and fear Allah. وَيُعَلِّمُكُمُ اللَّهُ, and Allah is teaching you. وَاللَّهُ بِكُلِّ شَيْءٍ عَلِيمٌ, and Allah is all knower of each and everything. وَإِن كُنْتُمْ عَلَى سَفَرٍ, and if you are on a journey, وَلَمْ تَجِدْ, and you were trading there. You were traveling and you were, yes, but the trade was based on law. وَلَمْ تَجِدُوا كَاتِبًا, and you cannot find a scribe to write down the contract. There be a pledge taking, mortgaging. That will be a type of mortgaging. So, what is the ruling about mortgage in Sharia? I asked Najam that give me $5,000, $10,000 as loan. Got it? For that much time, 1 year, 2 years, whatever the case may be, 6 months. Yes. Now, he does not put his trust in me that he will repay it back. Yes. So he is asking for some surety. He's asking for some surety. So I gave him my car as surety. That keep it with you as a surety. Got it?
Yes.
So now, as he has given me loan, if he is using that car, so that is an extra benefit based on that loan. And in Hadith, every loan which graves any benefit, so that is riba, and that is interest. That's riba, and that is interest. So he will keep that car as a surety with him. If I was unable to pay him back the loan on the appointed date, got it?
Yes.
So he can go to a court of law. That I have the surety, I have given him $10,000, I have his car as surety. He does not pay or he cannot pay. Now the court will summon me. Now here the case is once again disputed between Imam Abu Hanifa and Jumhur. Imam Malik, Imam Shafi and Ahmad ibn Hanbal. They said that the court will put the car on sale. That is sold for $12,000 by the court. By who? By the court. So 10,000 will go to the lender and 2,000 will go to the owner of the car. Got it?
Yes.
Imam Rahmatullah Alayhi says, the court will not put it on sale. That is actually depriving the person concerned of his fundamental rights. Fundamental rights must be respected. Freedom of movement, freedom of speech, yes, freedom of business, yes or not? All this freedom. So this is not freedom of business. As a human, he has freedom of business. So the court will order him to put his car on sale. To put his car on sale. He will sell it and he will pay the amount to the person concerned. That is the same case as I told you in hoarding. In what? In hoarding. And the business people, they did hoarding, not selling the things and people are in need of. Yes? Yes? They are roaming around like crazy looking for things and not available in the open market, and some people they have stocked it and they are not selling it. So there, for hoarding, the Jumhur said that the government, they will put that storage on sale. Yes, market rate. On market rate, they will sell to the general public, the wheat or whatever is the need. Yes, or whatever the people were looking for and stock is there. Yes, but Imam says once again, rahimahullah, that is a prevention of his prevention of his fundamental rights, or depriving him of his fundamental rights. That is his property. Why you will be selling that? The court will order or the government will order the person concerned. Yes, open the store. Yes, got it? He will supervise only. The government representative will supervise and he will be selling the things on market rate to the general public. Got it?
Yes.
Imam Rahmatullahi alayhi, he is keeping in view all these things. Got it? So now, mortgage property, you cannot use it. Because that's an extra benefit you are taking based on the loan you have lent. And as we told you, that money is not rentable things. They're taking a rent on what? On the $10,000. That benefit is what? Taking rent. That's what? Taking rent. Because you are using that property. Yes. The only way out is, as we mentioned in Bay'ul Salam and Bay'ul Istisna. We spoke about that in Bay'ul Salam. That the business people, they are giving loan to the farmers, to the Bazgaran, to level their land, to cultivate it, to provide, to have the seeds, the manure, the fertilizer, the insecticide, because the farmer, they are poor people, they don't have money for. Yes? So now the lender who is giving them money is a Bay'ul Salam. Bay'ul Salam. So they will fix the amount, they will fix the rate, and as I told you, 7 or 8 conditions are there. 7 or 8 conditions are there. So all these conditions must be kept in mind, so that price will be less than the market rate at the time of giving them the grain or whatever the case may be. Got it?
Yes.
But not too much low, because that is against norms and values. That's what? That's a type of exploitation. That's what? A type of exploitation. Yes, as I told you, it's this now. Yes, manufacturing. They're giving money in advance to the manufacturer. Got it? If you are going like this, that they have the ready-made jackets, so they will sell you $20 per jacket. $20 per jacket. But as you are paying in advance and asking them to make jackets for you of different measurement and different numbers, and L and XL and XXL and 5XL. Yes. Got it? So you are asking them to manufacture for you, and you are paying in advance. So there the price will be for sure low. Yes.
Yes.
They will not be selling to you for $20. It will be $13, $12 wholesale. Got it?
Yes.
Or not it? But wholesale can be, yes, present trade also. I'm talking about istisna. Istisna that you order for manufacturing and paid in advance. So that will be a less price. It will be a less price. So here in case of mortgage, the only thing is that Najam loaned me $10,000. Najam lend me $10,000, and I gave my car as surety. But now I'm thinking that if car is parked there in the garage, yes, it will get destroyed because that is machine. Yes, and Najam is thinking $10,000 for 6 months. If I would have, yes, if I've invested it somewhere, I would have made in 6 months at least $3,000-4,000 more dollars on that $10,000. Yeah. So keeping in view these both things, yes, on the side of that mortgage, we can go for a prepaid lease. Prepaid lease. But that lease will be once again less than the market rate. Yes, for example, such like car, you are paying $250 per month. $250 per month. So it will be $200 or $180. Yes. So what will be his benefit? That he is having car not for $250 but for $180 or $150. Yes. And what will be my benefit? That my car will not get destroyed. Yes. Yes, that is part there. So sallallahu ta'ala khair khalqina. Professor, the last 3-4 lectures are there of your subject.
Yes.